All right, everybody, we're back, and it's great to be with you here at Hoops and Cards. I mentioned before the break that we would go through the brands, and I basically decided to give you a rundown of the best brands at any budget. So you may be starting out with just a few bucks and want to know how can I get my hands on some cards. The rankings or the way I'll evaluate cards has to do with what their general price ranges are when they're new, and also just the value that they hold moving forward. So there's the cheaper level brands and companies like Panini and Topps and Fleer. In fact, if you are jumping in and you used to collect in the 70s, maybe all you remember is Topps. Topps made sports cards. Maybe you remember OPC or Leaf or Tiffany, Topps Tiffany. Well, I'm going to talk to you, Don Russ. That's a name you might recognize. I'm going to talk to you about cards, not even Fleer. Fleer basketball cards were in the late 80s and somewhat throughout the 90s. And Topps was in there a bit too. And then Skybox, Upper Deck. There's all kinds of Fleer, Flair, Stadium Club. I could rattle off a list of names here, but lately, and I would say lately, meaning the last 12 years or so, 12 to 14 years. What we're looking at is the cheaper brands would be NBA Hoops, Chronicles, that's a Panini product, Contenders, that's also a Panini product, and Don Russ. And NBA Hoops comes out in January of this year for the newer rookies, for the Paolo and the Benedict and the Keegan and the Jalen Williamses, both of the Williamses, Jalen's. I think every NBA team has a Jalen on them except the Cavs. So, but I don't really care. The cheaper brands, I avoid them almost to a fault. I avoid buying them maybe one pack or box at Walmart just to have the fun of opening them. But those cards do not retain their value very long. In fact, they often are the first ones released, so people can rush to the stores and buy the first rookie of all these guys. But then a month later, you've got better products coming out, more popular stuff, more limited printed stuff, more relics and autographs and hits and great looking cards that people chase after, like the next level. The popular brands, I would say, include Prism and Optic and Select, and most people here would say Mosaic. Those four are the popular. Even though Panini has tried to put out some other ones like Flux and Illusions and Absolute and Impeccables, and like there's a lot of, there's literally, guys, there's like 50 or 60 brands. I'm just trying to give you the most popular cheap ones are NBA Hoops. They're not worth anything unless you get a numbered card or an autograph card of a guy. Okay. They're fun. They're the first product often of a season with the guys in their pro uniforms. I don't waste much money at all on those. Donruss, now those are easily the most popular for collectors and investors because people can often buy Donruss hobby boxes and get a lot of really cool cards out of those hobby boxes. Or they can get cards that they might want to grade because they've got a Net Marvels inserted. They got a teal blue explosion. Or they've got a nice centered rated rookie of Scotty Barnes. I almost said Scotty Barnes. And send them away to PSA to get a 10. Those cards come back jumping up in value, and there's a market for people who search for Donruss on eBay. So I like Donruss of all the cheap brands if I'm an investor and collector, which I am. Okay, so that's how I roll. The popular brands, Prism, Optic, Mosaic, Select, yes, those are often nicer looking. They're chrome looking cards. They're sleek, shiny, bit more expensive to buy when they're new. Prism is the most popular. It's kind of like the Coke Classic. It's kind of like the McDonald's. It's kind of like the Apple products. It's the name brand. It's the global most sought after, most popular product around is Prism. Now, the last few years, they have capitalized on that. Panini has capitalized, and they've printed way too much Prism, and they printed way too much Select. Even the Select retail, they've done a lot of that. But I would still say, yeah, if I'm looking for a card that people are searching for and buying and selling more frequently, it's going to be Prism. And they also come with things like autographs and relics and all that stuff, numbered cards. Then you get to like the unique or the harder to find cards. Some of the sets that I like and the guys in our Discord at Hoops and Cards talk about. So message me if you're interested in being in that. at Hoops and Cards on Instagram, message me. But there's these harder to find products, and sometimes they're even released internationally, like Court Kings, Revolution, Photogenic, Illusions, Noir, and Black, and special sets like Panini Father's Day and Panini. I almost said Panini Black Friday. Black Friday, or Panini Instant. They print a limited edition of those cards. Fine. Like, those are all cool. And you might find a card or two that you like. Spectra. Like, those are nice looking cards, often thicker cards. Okay. But then we move into, I actually like Court Kings because they have different levels. Court Kings level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4 are really hard to find cards. Level 3 is still pretty rare. Level 2 is cool. Level 1 is like the basic rookie card. From that said, I'm giving you a rundown of brands. So for a cool card, like, that's harder to find, I do love me some Court Kings. I also like Revolution because some of those crazy parallels they've got, like Astro, Chinese New Year. They've got some sweet looking cards that you can find. I often like to search for what player I like, what rookie card, and then keywords like auto, patch, jersey, relic, or numbered to 99, like /99. See what pops up, because there'll be some brands that pop up there that I ain't even mentioned yet. Because guys, I got a limited amount of time. I don't know about you, time's flying. So let's get to the higher price sets, the higher value cards, the shorter printed cards that are super expensive to buy in a box. I'm talking about the higher level. I said Noir and Black, but what I'm next leveling up is Immaculate, Impeccable, Flawless, and National Treasures. And I know there's some other names that I could say in there for you people that spend tens of thousands of dollars on unopened wax. That's boxes, the mystery boxes that you get from retail and distributors and sometimes hobby stores. But those four, often even their basic card of a player like LeBron James or Steph Curry or Chris Middleton with a K, Jaren Jackson Jr., 8 blocks in a game. That dude, there's another guy just like Nickeil. Maybe he's on the rise again and getting more comfortable in his role and more confidence as he matures as a player and in the league. All that to say, the more expensive cards, National Treasures, are awesome. You find RPAs. That's a rookie card with a patch of their jersey or something, and an A. That's an auto, rookie patch auto, RPAs. Often those RPAs in these sets are numbered to 99 or to 35 or to 75 or to 10 or to 5 or 1. National Treasures is my favorite. It's easily the most popular, but Flawless is sometimes more valuable depending on what they do. They also release really exquisite, there's another brand, really elaborate cards with more than one player, more than one jersey part, more than one autograph. I mean, when I saw that there's cards coming out with a one card that has a block with a autograph of Tyrese Maxey and Desmond Bane and Tyrese Halliburton, I'm like, am I in heaven right now? Am I in Columbus, Ohio? Like, that's awesome. Those cards are harder to find. They are more expensive. And that's why if you go to blowoutcards.com or any wholesale place online or a store where you can find unopened wax boxes, hobby boxes of cards, that's why those prices are so high, because that's where you can get things like the logo man, the Luka Doncic, one of one with an autograph and an NBA logo patch of that guy's jersey. Don't buy the Luka Samanic. I feel like if I say his name like the right way, it sounds like a sandwich, Luka Sandwich. But Luka Doncic is the guy you want, and he's a superstar. I hope that review of the brands gives you what you want. I would not rush to buy any new products. Sometimes I do, but I do so knowing I may not get ROI, return on investment. I may not get a lot of stuff that I can be like, yep, I sold, I made money. Yay, let's do a podcast. No, No, I've taken more L's than I could imagine that I could even tell you about buying unopened boxes. What I like to do is wait and snipe, like pick out specific targets, maybe from long range, and say, you know what, in 3 months, that card will be within buying range. And then thank you very much. After all those hobby boxes are out and people have opened them, and then they've moved on to the next set and the next set and the next set. We have a short attention span in our society, people, and the hobby basketball card market is exactly a great case study for that, because once one set is out, it's only a matter of 2 or 3 weeks before another set is out, and people are excited about that one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And so as a investor, as someone who cares about what your cards do value-wise, that's why I'm telling you, Lower budget, you should focus on well-centered Donruss cards that are single cards of players you like. All right. Single cards that you could possibly grade. Go get you some centered Franz Wagner Donrusses. Maybe you can find the Donruss orange, what's it called? Orange hollow or teal explosion or green yellow laser hollow. Like, I love that. I love it. If it's centered, I'll give you an example real time. What I did, I bought at a flea market of all places this year. I bought an Evan Mobley green yellow laser hollow card for like $10. I sent it to PSA because it's an Evan Mobley green yellow laser hollow card. It's a Donruss card. It's a cheaper brand, but dude, it's an Evan Mobley green yellow laser hollow. I say that. I'm like, I feel sick after saying that 3 times. Send it away to PSA. I got a PSA 10, and I was able to basically make a great swap, a trade. I think Brandon, you probably got that card, but like it was worth far more than $20 after a PSA 10s, right? In fact, if I had sold that thing when I first got it back from PSA, they were selling for $120. What I did was I blew it by holding onto that card for too long because I'm like, hey, it's Evan Mobley. He's a Cavalier. I could like, it could be a little picture on my. Wait a minute. Sometimes when these grade as a 10 right away and they're newer cards of rookie players, you need to sell while the iron's hot. Wait, strike while the iron's. You know what I'm saying? Like, before people move on to the next thing, and before more Evan Mobley rookies get graded, and before more teal light laser hollows come out, I'm just saying you got to understand the market and know your budget, right? You might say, man, I would love to get into Prism rookies. I would love to get into Donruss Optic. Those are a little bit nicer rookie cards and they have more upside as far as value. Prism Silver parallels are often seen as the most popular good card of that player's rookie. So like if you're saying, I want to get a really good Jason Tatum rookie that I know is going to hold some value, that I know is going to go up when his cards do, I would tell you the number one thing you should look for is a Jason Tatum Silver Prism rookie card. That's it. Why do I say number one? Because more people will be searching for it. So you have more buyers, which guess what means? Buyers, that drives up demand, which drives up the price. Now, if you want to like raise the stakes even a little bit higher, then get an autographed silver Jason Tatum. Get a numbered Jason Tatum silver card. I don't care. I'm just telling you, if you're looking for a great card of a player, a silver parallel or a silver prism. And then the most expensive cards out there, I like National Treasures. I ain't gonna lie. Some of my friends on the Discord, I thank you for showing me how cool Impeccable and Immaculate are, because that has helped my Tyrese Maxey collection and my Desmond Bain collection and my Darius Garland collection. So notice I use the word collection. I do think National Treasures is the most popular of the higher end or the RPA kind of cards with nice jerseys, and most of the cards are numbered. I really, really love my Immaculate LeBron James base card of 2019 because it's awesome looking and because it's a base card that's numbered to 99, right? And it's got a patch of LeBron's jersey. It even says game worn jersey. So I'm grateful for that. I hope that helps. And you can go to blowoutcards.com. I don't even know those guys. I just look at their release calendar. Probably if you guys are listening, I'd love to talk sometime about just the whole calendar of releases and what that does to the hobby, because it's hard to keep up with all the changes. I mean, a few episodes ago, I'm like, hey, everybody, Mosaic basketball's coming out. I can finally get the Evan Mobley Mosaic cards. And then I go on and it's like, nope, they got postponed again. It's like, it's how people feel when Anthony Simons drains another 3 on their zone defense. They're like, Anthony did it again. Mosaic got postponed again. Donruss hobby boxes went down in price again. Like, I'm just talking. What am I telling you? You can find the release calendar and you can see, all right, the most popular cards usually of a basketball season or a basketball year are the Prism cards. Here's when they come out. I'm going to make a note to watch those cards and spend maybe the first weeks after first 4 to 6, maybe even 8 weeks testing your patience. I'm just going to spend that watching other people overpay for them. And then after another release or two comes out, maybe basketball season ends, those same cards will be like buying on a sales rack. Still awesome players, fantastic cards, better selection because people have moved on and they want to sell and get other stuff. Well, if you really want, that's what I should just do right now is go buy an Evan Mobley Silver Prism. Oh, you people. There's so many people that rush into, I got to have it. I got to have it now. And they drive up the prices right as they come out. And I was one of them. Like, I love having the cards. I'm not one of those guys. PSA has this request. Hey, if you'd like to store all of your cards at PSA in a vault, that's really convenient. You can sell them. Don't have to ship them. Don't have to list them on eBay. La, 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 la. No, I want my cards. I'm like a card collector and investor. I like been searching for this card and shopping for this card for a while. Now, some of you guys might feel like, okay, yeah, but I don't do that. This is an investment. I don't do that with my stock certificates. Yeah, send me a certificate of stock to certify my ownership in 1 share of Apple or 1 share of GE. Like, who does that? No, it's all in a computer on E-Trade or Charles Schwab or whatever you do. Prudential, Fidelity. What's that other one? Vanguard. There's so many cool names out there. People don't say but this is different. This is it's primarily, it's been a hobby. It's been a collectible. I've done a little bit of both. I've got some places where I have cards in a vault, if you want to call it that, at ComC and Star Stock. But anyway, guys, I got to wrap this up. I got to land the plane. I got to bring this to a close. In every stage of life, there's a goodbye, and unfortunately, we are here. This is Gary with Hoops and Cards. Friends, I would love to know any questions or takes or opinions you have on today's episode about brands. What's your favorite brand? Don't say Elton. You do not say Elton. Do not say Paul brand. I'm telling you, or Miles brand. Just say Mosaic's my favorite brand, Gary, because pink camo. Like, enough said. Optic's my favorite brand, Gary. Look, Optic Blue Velocity. Who's going to deal with that? Come up against me, bro. I got an Optic Blue Velocity, Zion Williamson. Done. No chance, So those are some of the brands. I like to talk about players that are doing well that I'm watching for. And right now, I just want to leave you with, I do think there's a chance to buy some great cards of players that are on their path to the All-Star game right now as we speak. Pascal Siakam, or coming back from injury, Desmond Bane. I just love watching that guy play. Memphis has done tons of great things this season. They have so much talent, and they have not even had the floor together yet this season. Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson, even Dylan Brooks is making shots. But when Desmond Bane and Zaire Williams get back, I don't even know what happened to me just there. I got to end on that note. You guys have an awesome week. Check out our notes and a couple of updates about our affiliations, part of the Basketball Forever podcast network. Proud of that, baby. Going to the Cavaliers Mavericks game in a couple nights. Hope we get to meet my favorite player, Luka Doncic. No, actually, my favorite guy, Darius Garland, is going to just mop the floor with you, Luka. So deal with that. All right. Have a great week, everybody. Peace out. See ya at Hoops and Cards.